as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey.
My name is Nicole King, and this is my Marbella Now. I am delighted to welcome Hannah Jeffs to the program, and this is a curious way that I'm meeting Hannah. She comes through a contact from my daughter. My daughter is a teacher in a kindergarten, and Hannah's children been to the kindergarten. They like the way my daughter teaches. One thing led to another, and here you are. Welcome to Marbella Now.
Thank you for having me.
My daughter was right. What a fascinating thing you do. You provide English books to everybody here, and you have the English Bookstore.
I do.
That's a lovely name because it explains exactly what you do.
That's it, yeah.
You sell English language books.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Hannah. Welcome to the
Thank
program.
you.
How did you come about starting this? When did you get the idea to start a bookstore?
Well, last year I was actually looking for books for my own children because I find them out in Spain. It's really hard to actually find decent children's books. So I sort of did a bit of research, and a friend of mine in the UK, she was selling Usborne books, and then I was looking at her website, and then I saw that I could sell them as well, and you can do it in Europe, so I just took it from there,
like a distributor for a for a publishing company that has books that you like for your children.
Yeah.
That's a lovely thing that's come out of lockdown.
And it's so nice. Yes, it's so nice to actually sell something that you love as well. I mean, my children love it. That's why I got into it.
What ages are your children?
3 and 1.
What a difference because 1-year-olds also love books.
Yes.
But what a difference of how they change in their age, of their requirements and their demands. It goes very quickly now.
It does, yes, it does. But now my 1-year-old gets all my 3-year-old's books and stuff. As you know, they absolutely love books. I've always read to them when they were very young as well, like when they were really young, and they both have this love of books. They're obsessed with books, both of them, which I love, so I'm always trying to find new books.
I was looking through the page because it's an online store.
It is,
which is also a very clever move. Like they're doing now these virtual kitchens, and they don't even have restaurants. They've just got kitchens to cater to the takeaway. And the same thing. Why do you need a store if you can cater to the need? So are they being very supportive of you from the publishers in the UK, I imagine?
Oh, they are so supportive. They really are. I mean, there is thousands and thousands and thousands of products that I can get, that I can sell to the customers here. So basically the way it works, a customer will look at my website or on my Facebook page if they see something they like. Then I put a big order in. So basically, because the postage cost is a little bit high, but if you divide it between everybody, then it's a lot cheaper for everyone.
So you bring in a shipment like once a month or something like that, and then just bring everybody's books
it's normally
in.
sort of maybe every 2 to 3 weeks I do a big order.
And nice, and I suppose the more orders you get, the more frequently you'll be able to bring things in. Any problems with Brexit, with bringing the books in, or with the post you've been fine so far?
No, it's actually been fine. At first, I heard of a lot of other people having issues with the import taxes and things, but I think if the paperwork is right, like from Usborne's end, the paperwork is perfect, and it's taken maybe a week to arrive, so it's not long at all. And now every time I have an order, I get a phone call from DHL, checking my NIE number and everything, and then they just send it on, so it's not been a problem for me.
Wonderful.
So
the selection of books that you've chosen to promote initially, I think are just lovely. I've got a 2.5, one nearly 3-year-old granddaughter myself, as you know.
Yeah.
And just to see the things that I just know will be so much fun for us to do together.
Yeah.
The wipe clean alphabets and numbers, and it's just the assortment of books now that, I mean, I'd love to be a child. Well, I don't need to be, just play with your children and grandchildren, but really the activities are outlandish of what a book offers nowadays.
Yes, definitely. And the thing is with Usborne, it's not only books, they have games, they have jigsaw puzzles, there's so much. It's not just books, there's so many other things as well, and it suits range from birth to adult. Well, a lot of adults like our young adult fiction books as well. So, you know, it goes up to adults.
What's your favourite genre?
I like sort of murder mysteries kind of books, and you know, psychological thrillers and that sort of thing. But I've actually just started up an adult book club as well in Marbella.
Oh, lovely.
I've got
Tell me more.
Oh yes, it's I've got 8 active members at the moment. It's been running a few months now, and it's slowly starting to pick up. But it's working really well.
So do you choose the books, or within the club there is a choice that's made of what you're going to read to then
well, I
rip to
normally
shreds?
I have a Facebook group for it, and then I put on a poll sort of every 4 to 6 weeks. I put a selection of 3, but it depends what the stock is as well. I sort of make my mind up through those books and what other, you know, the ratings of them. So I normally put up a selection of 3 books.
When you go to a book club, obviously you'll read a book, but when one discusses it, does everybody just say, oh God, that was a good book? Or do you critique the style of the writing? What happens at a book club?
Well, we haven't actually had a physical meeting yet. We've actually got one this Saturday. This is the very first one. Ooh. So, but there's a lot of resources that I can use for book clubs that Usborne have, a lot of other organisers have put together and put up. So I can go online and I can find questions specific to the book we're reading and stuff. But yeah, generally we'll just discuss it, and if people enjoyed it, you know, the style of writing and everything.
Oh, it's something that's interesting, because I know a lot of people who like to write also like to read, they like to discuss everything, and I was just wondering, you know, what happens behind the closed walls of a book club. So we're going to have to watch this space, because the first one coming up soon. So that's an exciting venture as well. Obviously, loving to read, your kids loving to read, it makes sense to put like your business and to start a business in something you are so passionate about.
Yeah, yeah. And as well, I mean, in the beginning, I didn't know I'd enjoy it as much as I actually did. I literally just did it because if you put on a certain amount of orders, like if you get £120, then you get 10% in free books as well. That was the main reason that I joined up, was to get the free books for my children. But it's kind of just gone from now, and now I've got the drive to want to build the business and actually make something of it.
And very compatible when you've got a 1-year-old
Exactly,
and a 3-year-old.
yes.
Because that's the, isn't it? There's the cherry on the top.
Yes, definitely.
That it just fits in perfectly with everything else you need to be doing.
Yes, it does.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very
Absolutely
much.
a pleasure to meet you. And it's so
Thank
nice.
you.
I mean, when my children were tiny, you met the parents because of the children. It's still that way, isn't it? Nice
Yes,
getting to
it
meet
is.
people through our kids. Well, we're going now to a break. Some messages from our Zero Hero partners giving free soft drinks to the designated drivers in participating venues, and also a message from our sponsors, Linear Director, that even give us free taxi up to 4 times a month if we have a NIE in the province of Malaga, included in our policy, and courtesy cars and all that kind of thing. Really worth checking out. They are nice to us. Special expat deals. Anyway, be back after this, so don't go away. Thank you so much.
Oh,
it's lovely to meet you.
Is that okay?
John's car is still being repaired, so he's delighted that Judy has come to pick him up. However, after a very heavy business trip, he's less than enthusiastic when her car breaks down.
I insure with Linear Director,
She tells John,
so please do relax. I've got this.
and she had. The taxi was there in no time. Her car safely towed for repairs, and a courtesy car readily available. Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 to see how they can better your life too.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign. And we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
G-Wine is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? G-Wine.
Glad
okay.
are proud to present Zero the Hero. Never drink and drive.
McNulty's is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a Zero Hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Out of bounds, Zero Hero partners.
Here we are, sticker going on. Delighted to welcome everybody and to be part of the Zero Hero campaign. Delighted.
So much trouble tearing
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Maroons.
straight to your heart. We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
we are at one. We are at
Zero Hero, welcome to Portofino, Cabo Pino.
Guys, Kazatua is proud to welcome the Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
Let the feeling into your soul. Let it set you
Everyone that comes and wants to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
apart.
So here we are at Everest. Very cool.
Yeah.
Stickers going up.
Hi, my name is Govinda. I'm from Everest. Welcome to Zero Hero, to Everest Fusion, to enjoy your cocktails, drinks, and happy hour as well. And food, of course, is delicious. Thank you.
Lucy Sassoon, how lovely to see you again. Thank you for taking a few moments from your busy teaching schedule at the moment.
Thank you very much.
It's been quite a change before lockdown, obviously very busy playing out and about and in the evenings, but I think you're kind of enjoying the change of pace, more time with your son, teaching, singing, vocals, piano. How's it going? How's it been adapting?
Do you know what? I've actually, if you told me before lockdown that, you know, okay, you're not going to be doing gigs and whatever, I'd be like, oh gosh, what will I be doing? And it's funny, it's been like really gradual and really organic because I did more of the teaching and I got so much out of the teaching. And I like all my pupils, you know, they're just so nice and they're here because they want to be here, which makes a big difference, you know, and that's, if people really want to learn, that's what's so great. And so I started doing it online and now during lockdown, and I've got some great pupils, but ranging from a 65-year-old vet who wants to surprise his wife on their 30th wedding anniversary with their favourite song, which is so nice, to a lady who is a healer, the one I told you about, who is really struggling with her voice. It keeps breaking when she's kind of doing her therapy sessions. She works with adolescent kids, and she's coming here and she just feels the results because we're doing like the SLS technique. To you know, young kids playing piano, wanting to learn Bruno Mars and, you know, that song, what's it, Driver's License, and so I just work out easy versions for their stage and we do it to other kids who are doing classical. So I'm really actually loving it.
Not many teachers can actually take a piece and adapt it to simplify it. You have a very qualified musical background and family. Tell us a bit about the musical Sassoons.
So yeah, I'm from a family of musicians. So my brother is a brilliant musician. He's like plays all over the UK. Ronnie Scott's got like a 17-piece Ray Charles band. Plays at festivals. My sister's a composer in Berlin. She's incredible. My other brother plays, but he doesn't do it professionally. My dad and my mum both play piano. My mum's got a string quartet with flute, who plays for weddings and functions. That's been going, say, 30 odd years. And yeah, but because we've got good ear, so I think the beauty is when I have these pupils, there's a restriction when you can only use backing tracks, for example. So if you're teaching singing, first of all, when it's on Zoom, I can't accompany them because there's a tiny little delay. Or I can, but you know, we can't sing together because you'll hear it slightly juxtaposed. But when I'm fortunate, I've got a very good ear, so I'll just hear a song, and within, 5 minutes, I can probably work out a version for the child, depending on their level, or the adult. And that just makes it so good, because as people grow and make it their own, they're not got the same backing track that they're, that's rigid, that they're tied to. So you can really take it where you want to go and let them express themselves how they want to. So that's a really good thing. And yeah, I mean, I am lucky that is something that to me, it doesn't seem difficult, whereas computing does, whereas to me, people go, how did you do that? I go, it's nothing, I can just hear it and I write it.
Do you compose yourself or do you not admit to it?
We don't want to hear it. I'm not a natural composer. I've tried a few times with my friend to write songs, but it doesn't come naturally. I'm much better if someone else gives me the framework of a tune. They do that and I can sort of fluff it out because I've got beautiful chord progressions and so on, but creating the actual structure, doesn't come naturally to me, actually.
But it does come naturally to do voiceovers. You're doing very, very well as a voiceover artist, and have been for many years with Spectrum, and also many big chain companies that year after year come back to have your voice. Give us a little sample of how you do a voiceover, how you change those voices.
You have to give me the brief.
I don't know, just think of one for some advert you've done.
Oh, it's hard to do it on the spot. You have to listen to the
I love putting you on the spot.
I know. Well, Spectrum, you can hear it all the time. This is Spectrum FM. Oh, that sounds so cringy, doesn't it? But like the other day, there was a company in Manchester. It was about the Manchester Festival, so they wanted a really, really northern, Manchester accent. So that was really hardcore,
So are you good at imitating accents as well?
Just the Manchester Northern one and a neutral one, and I can do a neutral Australian because I lived in Sydney for years. So I had to be on TV. At the time I was presenting there, and they said, listen, we'd love you as a presenter, but you're going to have to change the accent of yours. I was like, really? How am I going to do that? So I had to have accent coaching to tone down my accent, and that took about a year.
But it's interesting, as you do vocal coaching as well, obviously it has served you well now to help others adapt the voice, unstress the voice. Our life takes us where we need to be.
I should have never thought of it like that, actually. I mean, I learnt it for the accent coaching, so it was a different thing, but I also had my singing lessons there. And actually, one of the interesting things was we did my first recording when I was there, and the bass player was a brilliant producer, and we had this jazz 4-piece that we recorded. I remember listening to myself back for the first time properly and cringing, just thinking, is that how I sing? He was projecting so much, and he just said, just tone it, rein it in a bit, just don't project, just sing. And just from that, in Australia, completely changed how I sing and how I project, and I hear that, so I've never really forced my voice since. The range is much higher and lower, and I used to have nodules, so I did SLS and speech therapy to get my voice.
What is SLS? That's the second time
speech level singing.
Okay.
So it's using techniques so that you don't put pressure on your voice, but you really expand your range, and that's what I do with my pupils, or adaptations of it. And it was that I'll be operated on and have my nodules removed, which would change that sort of raspy tone I had. And so since then, it's funny how now I sort of teach that, but actually it was my saving grace that got me to be able to sing in a different way, and it was nice.
You've been in Marbella now for, is it 6 years?
6 years, as you know.
And your little boy growing up here, going to school here. How are you finding the adaptation? Are you fully settled in? Anything you miss in particular?
Only my family. I don't miss anything else. I mean, literally just my friends, obviously, but I can speak to them. Just my parents and my nephew and niece, being with them and the kids, but nothing. I I just think it's such a great way of life because I'm doing what I love. I've got my own studio for voiceovers. I teach. You know, I'm sure I'll do more gigs over time, but right now I'm quite happy, you know, with mainly concentrating on the teaching for the moment, and the voiceover. It's really great.
What opportunities are there to come and study with you? I know that you're very booked up already, and once those hours are set for your students, they're so valued, and I love the way you take it with their passion with such passion yourself.
I do actually.
Do you still have a few opportunities for people to come and get lessons?
Well, it depends. So for example, with kids, the thing is they have like 4:30 till 6:37. That's their window, so there's 2 lessons. So it's always limits the spaces, but I have adults who come much more flexibly in the day. So, you know, depending on, often the spots will come up because kids' after school activities change days, and then there's going to be the summer, and then there's much more freedom to teach. So yes, yeah, often it can be workable, but
a nice thing to do as an activity in the summer. Come and have some lessons, and they can go home and make their own little music videos as homework.
You know what we do? I think that's what I do with a lot of them. I say, you know, I don't want this to be a time where it's like another have to. It's their time. You know, I don't want them to be embarrassed or conscious. Just this is their time. If they decide, I want to do a bit of piano, actually, let's try singing. Why don't we just do half-half? Or maybe try both, see which one you like more. I keep it quite flexible. It's music. It's like creative time. And I just see some of my pupils growing with their voice, or I've got one pupil who's particularly shy, and I just watch her sing now, and it's amazing. You know, she's really musical, and she just sounds great. And I always say, got to record that before you forget it, so you can remember how well you did it. You know, yeah, really nice.
Well, I know that before sitting here at your piano, and I tried reading a few notes, and I was surprised that I remembered. But then putting it together with you saying that you can take a piece that you like and simplify it, that sounds very exciting.
Maybe we can do that, Nicole.
Oh, maybe we can. I look forward to it. Lucy, thank you so much. Lovely to catch up with you. Maybe before we finish, you can just play us a tune.
For sure. I'm sure I can do that. So, what I find is, in the last few days maybe a couple of weeks, I've had one pupil want to learn Valerie, Amy Winehouse, one person Old Town Road, somebody else, they wanted to do Bruno Mars Lazy, Justin Bieber Love Yourself. So we do it alongside the normal piano piece. So they're always keeping we counteract it. And if something's getting too heavy, we keep it fun. But you have to adapt it to their level. So if you wanted to do, you know, lazy something. Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like picking up the phone, leave message at the tone, and so on. What you could do, my pupil, she'll just go. 3, 4. Like they're gaining something, or if there was Old Town Road, you know, I might go, I'm gonna take that horse on the Old Town Road, I'm gonna run, and so on, but they'll just go. They feel so great, and they're thinking, this girl in my class is also, who's ahead of me? Who's ahead of me? You know, so it's great, and that keeps them interested, because that's why people give up.
Right, because they're not actually doing these all scales and learning, and it's boring.
That's how I was
taught.
So,
keep it light, keep it fun.
Completely.
Keep it Lucy Sassoon.
Keep it light, keep it fun. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water.
That's it for another day. Thank you once again for joining me and finding out more of what's going on in Marbella Now. You can watch recordings of the show from the RTV Marbella.tv website, Alternatively, go to my website, nicoleking.es, with links to the programme, also to our Zero Hero website with full listings of Zero Hero partners giving free drinks to the designated driver, and also to my column, Marbella Moments, in the Euro Weekly News. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Hasta entonces.
If we try